Bitcoin has crashed. Oh no, what do we do? Well, we don't panic, that's for sure. We just need to zoom out and reassess. And when I zoom out, I look at my weekly chart here, and I want to make sure we're in this channel. And you can see that we've dipped below it, so that's not a great sign. But I'm not panicking, because these trend lines, they're subjective. And you can see here we did breach it before, and then we came back in. So I'm pretty confident that we should still come back in. So I'm going to switch back to the short-term timeline, and I want to just tidy this up a bit. I did call for a pullback. I didn't expect it to pull back this much, but it's still okay. There's nothing to panic about. What I'm going to do is I want to redraw this one, because we do have more data now. And I'd probably draw something like that. And the way I normally do this, I normally copy and paste either the resistance or the support. And I'm going to move that there. So what I really want to see is, I really want to see this hold. And if it doesn't, then yeah, the reality is we've probably entered another downtrend. But that's okay. I'm still, even short-term bullish. So if we are in a downtrend, I'd probably be drawing something like this. And it's a pretty steep trend line, because it has dropped a reasonable amount in a very short space of time. So I'm going to draw both. I'm going to have this support line for the bull case, and then for the bear case, I'm going to have this resistance line. If it does continue to act like resistance, then it will probably do something like that and continue to fall. But otherwise, it could just break out again, and we could be off on our way again. Alts have suffered as a result. If we go into TOTAL3, this has dropped a bit, but it's still a good chart. And it's different if it's like going to capitulate, but I really can't see that happening anytime soon. Go back to this chart, and I like to make these chart amendments live on these videos rather than in my own time. And I really don't look at the charts apart from when I'm doing these videos, so I don't stress about them. I'm more of a macro long-term trader rather than a short-term scalper. So this trend line here, I'm going to delete because it's not really holding. I'll just quickly show you before I delete it. So you can see it's broken it a few times, and it almost held, but yeah, it has broken it now. So I'm going to delete that one. And I'm going to keep this because this is, this is a good line for it to bounce off of. So yeah, I'm going to leave that there. And yeah, yesterday we had a rate cut, and nothing really happened apart from the market's dumped a little bit. When we have these rate cuts, what normally happens is the price is usually priced in, so people know in advance, okay, we're going to get a rate cut, that's bullish, the market pumps, and then when we actually get the news, it kind of dumps a little bit. People anticipate in advance. And if we look at the Dixie, it's on a bit of an uptrend as well. Bitcoin dominance, this is good if this drops from here. Let's see. It's retesting this trend line, which isn't the best trend line in the world, but it's just a rough one that I drew. So that's really the update for today. We have had a bit of a pullback. It was expected. I didn't really expect it to pull back this much, but as long as it stays in, within this range, doesn't really dip below 104, then that's still a good sign. And ETH, we really want this band of resistance, support and resistance to hold. And so we don't really want it to drop, much lower than like 3.7. And so yeah, we want to hope it stays within that range. Right, I'm going to keep it there, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.